The main message I want to express is the interconnectedness in the relationship of all of us, all humans, and the diversity, to be able to explore all the diversity. When I first decided to go into journalism, my father was opposed to it, and then he asked me why I wanted to do that rather than be a lawyer or a teacher, which he had chosen for me. And my reply was that in journalism I could see the whole world, I could have everything, where I wouldn't be focused just on one field of information, one field of study, and that I was interested in being able to see everything in the world and be able to be a part of that. The spirituality there is just so integrated into the everyday life, and the people sometimes are unaware that it's just there, you know, and you feel it when you come, and it affects everyone who comes, and particularly South India, where the old traditions are still, the ancient traditions are still active. So that living that way with the spirituality so much a part of your life every day has been an important part of my being in India. I usually stay in Trivandrum, which is the capital of Kerala, the state of Kerala. And I like that also because of its diversity. There are many foreigners who live there, expats, people who have worked there with the UN or other agencies who've decided to retire. There's a Russian center and a French center, so there's always something happening there in terms of social and cultural events. Well, I believe that probably most of the problems we have are because we're out of balance, that we're too materialistic and too much involved in a consumer world and consumer society, instead of having a balance, because as human beings we have the physical and the emotional, the mental and the spiritual, and it seems like in the West we've given so much attention to the physical and the mental, and some now to the emotional in recent, maybe the last 20, 30 years. However, the spiritual has been on the back burner, and I believe in the East the spiritual is still strong, and if we can integrate that, spirituality can bring the world more into balance. There will be more peace, more acceptance of differences, and also just less conflict, even on a general smaller level. Well, I came to Thailand to be able to participate in some of the events here with Sri Chinmoy. I had seen Sri Chinmoy in New York in September, last September, and also many years ago he came to accept a Peace Award at the University of Texas and gave a concert, and then he returned another year and a half later with another concert and a lecture, and it was very touching to me. And so I decided in India that I should come to Thailand, here to Chiang Mai, to spend some time with Sri Chinmoy and with the group, because it also gives me a lot of moments of happiness. I try to eat as close as I can to the Ayurvedic diet, which is the original from the Vedas, you know, the science of life, and eat vegetarian and eat simply. I try to eat with the proper times of the day. I'm not always successful with that, but I try to do that. And also I try to keep just in general, try to keep my diet simple. And the more complex it seems, the more problems, especially as I've gotten older, your body seems to enjoy just some simple things best.
What was the happiest moment in your life?
It's very difficult for me to say the happiest because I've had several. Probably one of them was, you know, having children. When you have children, I have 5 children. This is extreme happiness. You feel so connected to the oneness and to God. And the other is that I've had several spiritual experiences where I felt just a temporary being out of myself, out of my usual self, and being so happy and blissful in several places. One in Kanyakumari, which is a sacred city at the tip of India, in the Devi temple there. And when I first saw a picture of my teacher that I had in India years and years ago, I felt that same experience. I think generally my happiness is just to have an inner contentment, and that I live every day like that. In spite of whatever problems come, I try to maintain that inner contentment. Well, really not try to do it, it's just a natural thing.